What's good, YouTube? It is your boy, DocMcSwagginz here, back again, once again. And today, people, today, we have a very, very special video just for you. Now, this is the compilation and memorial for our Pokemon FireRed Hardcore Nuzlocke. A journey that took us from one side of the Kanto region to the other. While FireRed isn't the hardest game, it still had its own challenges. We also didn't take the best precautions. Didn't make the perfect plays because we're just human and we're not perfect. But besides that, we had a good time. We had a fun time. So, if you enjoy this video, please consider going and checking out those videos as well. They are pretty much unedited, except for cut out some team preps and maybe some other things that were just a little mundane to make it a little bit more entertaining. But I wanted it to leave it more uncut and more as like a kind of a documentary of what we did. So, if you do like that sort of content, go check those out. Hope you enjoy them. As well, we have other projects going on right now, and this is a part of a bigger challenge. We are taking on the generations one at a time. As you would expect, we started off with Generation 1 in FireRed. With each victory in the mainline game, we get to play a harder version. For FireRed, we chose Pokemon Radical Red. That series still going on, so please go check out those videos as well. So, we will keep going through this and as you know, kind of our content. So the end goal of this is to get to Scarlet and Violet, and shoot, maybe by the time we get there, it's time for us to get into Winds and Waves. Which, spoiler alert, we're picking Pombon. Okay? I will protect him with my life and your life. Anyways. But yeah, so that's the kind of story of the channel right now. But we'll get into more of that later. Right now, I have something that has been about a month or so in the making. The edited compilation of our Pokemon FireRed Hardcore Nuzlocke. So ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn and a nice lemonade. Find a comfy place to sit, and please enjoy the story of our Pokemon FireRed Hardcore Nuzlocke. Please enjoy. Welcome, everybody, to our Pokemon FireRed Hardcore Nuzlocke. A new adventure is underway in the Kanto region, and it begins like all others. Professor Yabs, we give ourselves a name, we give our rival a name. We name our rival Cardio because we don't like running. Then we get our starter, Charmander, who we name Roku, after the second best avatar in all of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Roku, obviously. Later, we bring Oka's parcel to get our Pokeballs, which begins our nuzlocke. Our first encounter is Rakata the Rattata on Route 1. Then we head over to Route 2 to find our Caterpie, which we name Bye Bye. Who actually ends up putting in some really crazy work. Next, we find our boy Beastie, that funky monkey on Route 22, and then Stink Kakuna in Viridian Forest. Once we get to Pewter City, we level up our team to the level cap and make final preparations for the battle with Brock. And we make our way to the gym, save our game, and the battle with Brock begins. So Brock leads off with his first Pokemon, Geodude. Geodude goes down to 2 swift low kicks from our boy Beastie. That leaves Brock's Onix, last man standing. Beastie's gonna give that man 1 swift kick to the groin and send him packing. And we're walking out of there with a little bit more change in our pocket and a badge. We also get the TM for Rock Tomb, which will be possibly important later. After leaving the gym, we go and meet up with one of Professor Oak's aides, who gives us our running shoes, a gift from our mom. Then we make our way through the next route up to the front of Mount Moon, where there's a Pokemon Center, where we buy ourselves a Magikarp that we named Nami, and on the route before that, we found a Spearow that we named Larry, after Larry Bird. Our first encounter in Mount Moon is Johnson, our Geodude. Then we go through Mount Moon a little bit and find a Super Nerd who has some fossils available. After fighting him, we get to choose which one we want. We decide to go with the Dome Fossil because, my personal opinion, that's a little bit better. Then on the route outside of Cerulean, we get our Ekans that we nicknamed KD, because if you know, you know. After catching a KD, we get our team leveled up, and we go and prepare for our first gauntlet, the Nugget Bridge Gauntlet. The Nugget Bridge Gauntlet starts off with our battle versus cardio. Now, instead of going through all the battles, we're going to talk about the gauntlets. So, in this challenge, we had 3 gauntlets. We had Nugget Bridge, Rocket Hideout, and Silphco. The rules are this: no healing health points, no healing power points, only healing statuses, because I didn't want Mons to die to poison, because I felt like that was kind of cheap. And we couldn't leave. Once we were in the area and we said, we're starting the gauntlet doesn't end till whatever the last battle is, right? So, in this case, it was really short, just to start us off and throw a little something fun in the early game, right before Misty. But, overall, the rival fight was the biggest challenge, and it wasn't really one. We beat the rest of the trainers and made our way to the final fight versus this Team Rocket Grunt that's got Justin Ekans and Justice Zubat. And to be honest with you, we were completely fine. Roku handled business, and we were able to kind of walk in, walk out, wipe our hands off, and move on out. Now, after this, we were able to get 2 encounters before the gym. First was our Abra, who we named Zatanna. The second was our Oddish, that we named Queena, who both of these end up being kind of pieces of power for the squad for the rest of our run. And Queena gets her debut versus Misty. We get our team together and we head to the gym. Misty starts off with a Staryu, and like I said, Queena makes her debut. Staryu's going to start off with a Harden, and Queena's going to absorb. Then, Staryu's going to hit Queena with a Water Pulse that we take very easily. Anyways, absorb kills. We move on. Starmie comes out. We're going to try to put Starmie to sleep. We end up missing our first sleep powder. Then we hit the second one, and then we swap out into Sting, our Beedrill. Sting is gonna hit this, starting with a barrage of Twin Needles, easily securing us the victory as it snoozes, and allowing us to finish off 2 gym badges and a first gauntlet completely deathless. We get a little bit of money, the badge, and the TM for Water Pulse before going up to see Bill to get the SS ticket, so we can head toward Vermilion. Before that, we face a grunt after going through the dig house, make quicker him, and then catch some more Pokemon. We catch Rapunzel, our Pidgey, and then we go on to catch Gottfried, our Meowth. These Pokemon really don't play a part in our team from here on out, so we're only going to really talk about the ones that do. We make our way to Vermilion City, we go and get our old rod, and then on the route east of Vermilion, we catch Hanji, our Drowsy, who actually is going to put in a lot of work for us, as well as Deep Pocket, our Diglett. Should we open it or keep it sealed? Yeah, I'm done. On the SSN, we get a fight with Cardio. Johnson starts off by killing his bird with 2 rock throws. War Turtle comes out, and we swap in Kawina to handle this shell-shocked dude with some absorbs. I tried to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing, but it didn't work out. Anyways, after it takes about 5 of these things, because Absorb sucks, we level up and learn Acid. Next mon in is Kadabra, who we swap over to Nami to take care of. Nami's gonna hit this thing with a crit bite, as we plan, and then tackle for the kill. Next comes in Rattata, who we send in Beastie, who barely lives a critical hit Hyper Fang. We go back into Nami to get some Intimidate, and there we hit the critical hit bite, and then we finish off the Eradicate with a few more. Beating our rival, going to get cut from the captain, and making our way off the SSN. We prepare our team for the gym, go and find the switches, and then go and fight Surge. Now, I will say, Graveler couldn't make it to the fight because it evolved and it was over level cap, so that was on me. Anyway, so we walk in here with Deep Pocket and Quina. Deep Pocket kills his Voltorb, and Pikachu pretty quickly gets paralyzed on that Pikachu, which makes this Raichu a lot harder. It sets up some double teams, it gives us some hell. We almost lose Kawina, thank the Lord we didn't. But after Kawina gets low enough from taking way too many shockwaves, we get Raichu to red health and swap over to Deep Pocket. Lieutenant Surge heals. Raichu sets up a 3rd double team. We get paralyzed. Sets up this is the 3rd one. Magnitude 9, kill. And we're going through, still deathless. And by the skin of our teeth and the edge of our seat, because this was awful. Anyways, we get our badge, our money, the TM for Shockwave, get the HM for Flash, and we get the HM for Fly on Route 17, and then prepare for Erica. Erica leads off with Victory Bell, and we lead off with Larry Bird, who's gonna fly and then get paralyzed, but Cherry Berry, she's gonna heal. And we're gonna fly again, not get the kill. And then we're gonna fly and finish off Victory Bell. Level up, out comes Tangela. We're gonna keep on flying until this Tangela is in the dirt. Last but not least is Vileplume. We're gonna fly again but get paralyzed, so we decided to swap out into Bye Bye. Bye Bye's gonna hit this thing with some gust. Get a little paralyzed. But then we're gonna keep trying for confusion. So we're low, we're gonna swap out to Olive, our Growlithe. Intimidate goes off, and then we're gonna hit this thing with an Ember. We figure out Olive can probably sit here and take some moves for a second. So we're just gonna wait out this sleep until we can hit our last Ember and finish the battle. giving us the badge, a little bit of pocket money, and the TM for Giga Drain. This will be important later. Then we make our way to the game corner, and this is the beginning of our second gauntlet. Team Rocket Hideout. We got about 20 trainers to get through. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it all starts with this trainer. But, just to keep talking, this took actually not terribly long. We kind of just ran through until we needed to swap them on, or made sure to be mindful of our switches as we went through this. But the big thing is there's about 20 trainers here. All of them with 2 to 4 to 5 Pokemon. That was a lot of power points. And by the time we made our way to Giovanni, we were pretty much on the brink of death. But we find our lift guy, get the key, and make our way back to the elevator, go up, finish the last trainers, and then we're able to open the door and face the Don Giovanni for the first time. The fight with Giovanni starts off with his Onyx and us, our Beastie. We're gonna get him one other swift kick to the groin, knocking him down. Then comes Rhyhorn, who we decide to karate chop. We take a Fury attack, and then we karate chop one more time. Lastly is this Kangaskhan. Now, this Kangaskhan, he got us. We try to low kick, but we get faked out. We take a bite, and a low kick doesn't take out Kangaskhan. We go to finish off the Kangaskhan, but a crit Mega Punch takes out Beastie, giving us our first death of the run. We take a second to collect ourselves, and then we send in MJ to finish off the battle. MJ rips a Thunderbolt, and we have beaten Giovanni for the first time. After that, we get the Silph Scope and lay Beastie to rest. You will be remembered. You'll be remembered, buddy. Then we make our way to Celadon, into Celadon, where we get the tea that we need to get to Saffron and other parts of the game. Once we get the Saffron, we go and get the Psychic TM for Mr. Psychic, and then we fight our rival in Lavender Tower after a little bit of running around. We start off with a Thunderbolt from MJ, smoking that turkey bird. Next comes in his Growlithe. Take the Intimidate, and we swap out into Nami. Nami intimidates his Growlithe and takes the Ember on coming in. Nami's gonna Water Pulse and take out the puppy. Execute comes in, and we send in Roku. Roku's gonna come in and take a Confusion, but that is A-okay. Charcoal boosted flamethrower, baby! Oh, yeah. His next to last Pokemon's War Turtle, so we pull out Koina. Koina takes a Water Gun and rips a fat Giga Drain into this turtle, setting a rivalry between these two. His last mon is Kadabra, and we send in Nami. Nami's gonna come in, rip and Intimidate, and bite Kadabra into the dirt, giving us the victory, and us moving on. After the battle, we beat some Team Rocket grunts, and talk with Mr. Fuji a bit. He takes us to his house, where he gives us a very important item, the Pokeflute. However, we go to encounter Snorlax, lose Larry Bird,
and miss the Snorlax. But we get the Super Rod on Route 12 and the Good Rod in Fuchsia City, before preparing and making our way to the gym. Koga leads off with his coughing, and we lead off with Hanji, our Hypno. Hanji's gonna smite this coughing off the face of the earth with his psychic, excuse me. He sends in Muck, who we try to put to sleep with hypnosis, but we miss our first one, but we hit our second one. After Muck's asleep, we do some deliberation on how we're going to handle the rest of this battle, and decide the best thing is to just take out Muck right here, right now. So, we hit Muck with 2 psychics, taking down this special defensive beast, and leaving Koga with 2 Mons remaining. Koga then decides to send out his second coughing, which we decide to swap to Olive, our Arcanine. This way to save some XP on Hanji, because we're going to need her for Sabrina. Olive comes in and takes a smokescreen, but works through the accuracy drop and hits this coughing with a flamethrower and kills it in one shot. Koga's last Pokemon is Weezing, and we decide to hit this thing with a flamethrower, but we end up missing. With 2 accuracy drops, we decide to swap Olive out for Hanji again. Hanji comes in, gets hit with a smokescreen, and we just rip a fat psychic to take the Weezing out in one hit. I don't know if the crit mattered, but we didn't lose a Mon, and we continue on. Next, after the gym, we make our way to the Safari Zone to pick up the Gold Teeth and the HM for Surf. We do detour to Saffron City to take on the Black Belt and pick up our Hitmonchan that we named Mac. After this, we head back to Fuchsia City, where we hand the Gold Teeth to the Warden in exchange for the HM for Strength, and pick up the rare candy in his office. After some working around, we find a tentacle that we name Megamind, who will be very important later on. We also catch a few more Pokemon, but we prepare for the Silph Co Gauntlet. This is our last major challenge before the Elite Four. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, this gauntlet was a true war of attrition. Let's get into the details of this. This gauntlet was 30 plus trainers, all with Pokemon on their teams that were in the 30s, or right before 30. But all the trainers had more than 3 or so Pokemon. So our biggest issue with this was going to be power points on our moves, which is the amount you can use the move, and HP, because if you remember our gauntlet rules from earlier, we could not heal HP. This, however, had one caveat. There is a trainer, or a NPC, in Silph Co that gives your Pokemon a heal, like a nurse, like going to the Pokemon Center. We decided, since this gauntlet was going to be so long, we would allow ourselves to use this person one single time. Now, obviously, if we lost a Pokemon here, they're gone. So even if we could heal, it didn't matter. But we tried to work through as many trainers as we could first before going to get the heal. We made it through about half the trainers before we did. And we did all this to, make sure our Pokemon were healthy enough for the upcoming rival fight and the fight with Giovanni. Because once we used it, we couldn't do it again. So if we could get through most of the trainers without using the heal, then our Pokemon should be pretty good going up against our rival Cardio and the boss. I am happy to report that we were able to make it through all 30 plus trainers, not including the rival, not including Giovanni, without losing a Mon even though we did get pretty close. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably not do a challenge like this again, but in hindsight, it did add a fun twist to the overall Nuzlocke experience of Kanto. So I probably would suggest to add this to your runs if you so see fit. But let's get into this rival fight. Cardio's going to lead off with Pidgeot, and we lead off with MJ, who gets crit by a quick attack, but Revenge kills the Pidgeot with a Thunderbolt. Our rival sends in his Growlithe, and we send out Nami, our Gyarados. He's going to intimidate this thing, take a Flame Wheel, and hit this thing with a massive Surf, and it dies to recoil from takedown. Then he sends us his Execute, and we decide who to send out. We send out Kawina, who's going to take a Stun Spore, a Confusion, before we can Moonlight and get some health back. We Moonlight a second time to get back to full HP, and then we Acid to take out this Execute. But after getting hit in Confusion, we decide to swap out into Roku, because we know that this thing's not going to Stun Spore. We rip a Flamethrower and Execute, and it dies. He sends in his Blastoise, and we have to send back out Kawina. This is going to take a minute. So, we tank 2 bites, dodging crits, and on the protection turn, we hit a Moonlight to get back to almost full HP. It double protects, and we don't hit our Giga Drain. We get hit by Paralysis, get bit, Paralysis, but we hit our Moonlight to get us out of kill range. And then we're finally able to hit this thing with a Giga Drain. We decide to try a Sleep Powder, and we got the turtle to snooze. And then we send in Nami to take this thing out with a bite. This leaves his last Pokemon, Alakazam, who Nami is going to rip a massive bite into once we get done analyzing. It sets up a Reflect, and we decide to use Surf. We decide just to take it out because Future Sight's really the only move it can hit us with, and we defeat our rival. This fight with Giovanni, our second fight against him, starts with Zatanna ripping a Psychic and taking out its Nidorino. Then he sends in his Nidoqueen, who we don't know the best way to take care of it, but we decide to Psychic it with Zatanna, which leads to Zatanna being taken out with a Double Kick. We send in Nami to get an Intimidate and to finish this Nidoqueen off with Surf that we hit through Paralysis from Body Slam. His third Pokemon is Rhyhorn. We decide here to swap into Kawina to take this thing out. We tank a Stomp and then rip our last Giga Drain, taking care of the Rhyhorn. Now is the beast, is Kangaskhan. This took some planning and steering a little bit to take care of, but we've got it to sleep. We bring in Nami to intimidate it, drop its attack just a little bit. And we pull it back in Kawina to either chip or try and sleep again. It comes out of sleep, we put it right back, and we swap into Mac. Mac Mach punches it to get some chip, and we try to finish off with a Sky Uppercut. We barely survive a Mega Punch, and now we gotta pivot again. We go back into Nami to intimidate, where Nami takes a Rage. Then, we sit here for a second and think about the best course of action. Eventually, we come down to taking it out now. We decide our best course of action is to send in Roku. Roku comes in and tanks a Mega Punch and rips a Blaze Charcoal boosted Flamethrower, taking care of the Kangaskhan. Afterwards, we get our Master Ball from the President, and then we say goodbye to Zatanna. In between all this, we make our way to the power plant and pick up Sparkles, our Pikachu, who will be important later. And then we make our way to Sabrina. Sabrina's going to lead with her Kadabra, and we lead with Sting, our Beedrill. Sting here is going to rip really just one Twin Needle into this Kadabra, take it and get out. Then comes in Mr. Mime. To not take the Future Sight, we send in Hanji, where Mr. Mime Calm Minds. Then we decide here whether to Shadow Ball or meditate. We decide to meditate to get our attack up because Ghost is physical in this generation, and Mr. Mime sets up a barrier. We take the future attack very well, and we rip a Shadow Ball into Mr. Mime, almost taking it out. Mr. Mime uses barrier again, and then we try to finish this thing off with a Shadow Ball, but it gets healed. Then, one more Shadow Ball is all we need to take care of Mr. Mime. Sabrina sends in her next to last Pokemon, Venomoth, and we decide to rip a Psychic into. This just takes care of Venomoth and leaves Sabrina with her last Pokemon, Alakazam. Now, we gotta meditate up, and we know this Alakazam cannot do anything to us. So, we hit it with a attack boosted Shadow Ball and take it out. Deathless, and we move on. We get the TM for Calm Mind from Sabrina and make our way to Cinnabar Island. There we miss on a coughing who explodes in our face. And then, after a little bit of going through the mansion, we make our way to the gym. Blaine is the next to last gym leader, and he leads off with a Growlithe. Crazy. Anyways, we send in Nami, who's going to try and take this thing out with a Surf. We get locked in and heated up, because it is hot in here. We take out Growlithe, and then we chain that into taking out Ponyta. 2 Surfs, 2 Pokemon down. His third Pokemon is Rapidash, who we just barely missed the kill after tanking a Fire Blast. And then we Surf again because he's gonna heal. This time, we also missed the kill, but one more Surf. We'll bring it back into that range because he heals again. But that's all of his heals. So, after taking a stomp, we finish off Rapidash with a Surf. His last Pokemon is Arcanine, who intimidates Nami, but we are A-OK. We send in 1 Surf, he takes a little bit of recoil, and we finish it off with a second Surf. Sorry. Giving us the gym battle and another deathless victory. After that, we get the TM for Fire Blast. And then we talk to Bill a little bit, tell him, no, we don't want to go to his island, and move on. We make our way to Viridian City and walk in to the last gym. The third battle versus Giovanni. Giovanni leads this time with a Rhyhorn, and we lead with Quina. In a little bit better shape than we did last time. We take out Rhyhorn with a Giga Drain, leaving him with 4 Pokemon. He then sends out his Duck Trio, who we decide to take out again with a big O Giga Drain. Kawina is putting in that work. Kawina levels up, and he sends in Nidoqueen. We decide here to shift in Nami to get an Intimidate drop and miss the Earthquake. We rip a Surf into Nidoqueen, tank a Body Slam, miss the Paralysis, Giovanni heals, and we Surf again. This just barely misses the kill but triggers another heal. So, with our third Surf, we just missed the kill on Nidoqueen again, but finish it off on the next turn. His next to last Pokemon is this Ace Rhyhorn, who we just decide to rip a Surf into, taking it out in one shot. His last Pokemon is Nidoking, and we decide to keep on rolling with the Surfs. We just barely miss the kill, eat a Thrash, and finish off with Nami. The last gym leader, down, and also another deathless victory. Now, we get the TM for Earthquake, and we move on to the rival fight. This is the last time we'll see Cardio until the E4. He leads off with his Pidgeot, and I lead off with our Raichu, Sparkles. Sparkles rips a Thunderbolt after taking a quick attack, it takes out the big old bird. Then he sends in his Rhyhorn, and we swap into Nami. Nami rips an Intimidate and takes a takedown, chipping Rhyhorn just a little bit. And we're going to take this thing out with a big old Surf. He sends in his Growlithe to rip an Intimidate into us, but we're going to try and take this thing out with another big Surf. Fourth, he sends out his Execute, who we're just going to try and take out with some bites. We get a flinch and finish this off with a second bite. Goodbye. His next last Pokemon is Alakazam, and we decide to stay in with the Strength to get just some big old physical damage into it. We go for a second Strength after he misses a Disable, which takes out the Alakazam. Now it's his Blastoise, and we swap in Kawina. Because Kawina has this man's number. It rips a Rain Dance, and we're going to smack this thing with a Petal Dance. It takes one hit. It bites. We hit our second Petal Dance and take out the big turtle. This is the end game. Once we get into Victory Road, we find our very last encounter. A Marowak that we don't use, but we decide to chuck our Master Ball at it, since we wouldn't need it anymore, and a fun way to catch our last encounter. As we get through Victory Road, let's recap. We have faced off hundreds of trainers, 8 gym leaders, and all of Team Rocket. It has been a long journey, a very rewarding journey, but one that did not come with sacrifices. Our 3 Mons, Zatanna, the Kadabra, Larry, the Fearow, and Beastie, our Primeape. We have to finish this strong for them. We keep this in mind as we're facing through these last trainers before the biggest challenge of this run, the Pokemon Elite Four. Thankfully, through these fights, even though we were a tad close sometimes, did not lose another member of our team. But along the way, we got some useful items, had some fun fights, and then we made it to the end. My friends, it has been a good journey, but it is at its end. Thank you for watching. Now, allow myself to take it away, the Pokemon Elite Four. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 trainers, 6 of our own Pokemon. And we are starting right now. We're not getting into any of it. We're not getting to what happened last time. We're not we got here. And it is time. But first, our squad. First up is our homegirl, Sparkles the Raichu, holding the chest of baby just in case she decides to take a nap. Hasty natured with Static, Thunderbolt, Brick Break, Quick Attack, and Thunder Wave. Next we have our starter. We couldn't go into the E4 without our boy Roku, our Charizard, holding the charcoal to power up his flamethrower. Quiet nature because real G's move in silence like lasagna. You feel me? With Blaze. Flamethrower Fly, Dragon Claw, because he needed another special move, and Dragon is special in this generation, and Smokescreen. Next is Kawina, our Vileplume, one of the hard carries of the entire playthrough, holding Miracle Seed, Naive Nature, because Yes, she is. Chlorophyll, because that sunshine makes us real happy. Giga Drain, Pedal Dance, Moonlight, and Sleep Powder. Next, Saphira, our Dragonite, holding the Chesto Berry, just in case she decided to take a nap too. Brave Nature, big brave dragon, with Inner Focus, because we ain't flinching. Ice Beam, Surf, Fly, and Earthquake. Her moveset is specially tailored. We'll get into that later, but anyways, next we have Hanji, our Hypno, holding the Quick Claw because she's not too fast. Calm Nature, because we gotta, you know, be that way. Insomnia, because sleep is for the weak. Psychic, Shadow Ball, Hypnosis, and Meditate. And I believe, last but not least, Megamind, our Tentacruel, holding Mr. Water, power up his Surf and Hydro Pump. Mild Nature, with Clear Body, because you can't see me. You feel me? Surf, Ice Cream, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, and Barrier. But like I said, we're not milling around today. We're not. No. We did all the prep in between episodes, and we're ready. Welcome to the Pokemon League. I am Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they are frozen solid. Ha ha! Ha. Are you ready? Are you? Are you ready? I don't think so. I don't think she's ready for this. Lorelei. Guess what? The Thunderbolt. That's one and a crit. I don't think it mattered. Also, we were level 60 for this battle, and we're gonna be, just because of how things tier up pretty quickly, and the fact that not every Pokemon's gonna get the levels that they need. Because once we get later into this, we're gonna need the strength. Slowbro. Thunderbolt. I love this music. Sparkles is just put in that work. Lapras. A Thunderbolt. This one could live. I told you. Confuse Ray. I'm not that worried. Come on, breakthrough. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go into, because I bet it's going to be another body slam. I'm going to go into Saphira. The thing is I'm not chancing it. No, we're gonna go into Roku. Ice Beam. Flamethrower. Charcoal boosted. Neutral damage should be enough. And Jinx. In the crapper. And we beat Lorelei. See you later, Stinky. Bruno. I am Bruno of the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people and Pokemon can become stronger. Without limit. I've lived and trained with my fighting Pokemon. And that will never change. Doc. We will grind you down with our superior power. Hooah! Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'd fight somebody with this music going on, you know what I'm saying? Okay. First Sonic's down. The second one. Alright, that leaves him with 3 fighting types. Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and Machamp. I don't think any of them really care, so it's probably going to go in order. Hitmonchan. Yep. Now, Hitmonchan's got Sky Uppercut, Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, and Counter. Because we're faster, it's probably going to Rock Tomb. And we're going to Surf. Alright. Let's look at that damage. It's probably going to do it again. Because I didn't lose any speed. So this is going to be a double kill. 2 Surf Oko. Next should be Hitmonlee. It's probably going to use Foresight, because sometimes it randomly just does that. I wouldn't be surprised at a Mega Kick either, or if Assad we're going into Hanji. And it misses Mega Kick. Psychic. We're fine. This. Oh wow. This is going to be a heal turn, so we're gonna Psychic again. Hopefully Hyro won't get the kill. This Machamp's not super scary. Bro, I'm calling it. Hitmonchan? Or Hitmon... No, not Hitmonchan. Machamp. Probably going to use Rock Tomb on us. If we don't kill here, we'll switch out. Oh, nope, it missed Scary Face. It's going to heal with the Citrus Berry. We're still going to outspeed her. We're to kill. It shouldn't heal because we're not in heal range. That is Bruno. Time for Agatha. Hi, I'm Agatha of the Elite Four. I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old Duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokédex. Pause. He's wrong. Pokemon are for battling. Doc, I'll show you how a real trainer battles. I'm gonna send you floating down a river in a box, Grandma, or however the quote goes. Yeah, this one should outspeed us, but I have a feeling it's probably going for Toxic. He used Double Team. Don't matter. Oh. Okay. Took it back how I thought we did, and we hit our second Shadow Ball to take out the Gengar. I wouldn't be surprised if their Haunter is next. Nope, it is Golbat. I don't know if Golbat outspeeds us. The only move it has for us is Bite. No crit. Hit Psychic. Perfect. Okay, then now this should be Haunter. Haunter literally can't do anything except for use Curse. It's Arbok. Arbok's completely fine. Yeah. Arbok's completely fine. We just Psychic. Oh. The clutch. Yeah, that was kind of risky. That was kind of dumb. But we got it through. Alright, now this should be Haunter. Oh no, it's Gengar. I don't know why she's preserving her Haunter. This is probably random move. So... But the bad thing is this thing doesn't know it cannot put me to sleep. So I'm going into Saphira expecting Hypnosis. Yeah. And we're going to fly. Chestaberry, remember? Mm-hmm. We're gonna fly. Hypnosis again. So it's probably not gonna be as incentivized to use it. So I'm just gonna fly. Okay. This is gonna probably now be incentivized to use Nightmare. This is probably using Nightmare. Do we have anybody on our team that's faster than our Dragonite? Charizard, Megamind, and Raichu. Okay. I'm sitting in Raichu. Should be okay. We do outspeed. Okay, I figured. Alright. And her last mon is Haunter. This thing has no damaging attacks besides Dream Eater. So we're gonna Thunderbolt. If it lives and it puts us to sleep, we'll just swap out and kill. Oh, paralyzed. Hypnosis. Oh, we have Chestaberry. I forgot. My bad. I totally forgot we had a Chestaberry on Raichu. Big brain. Other full restore. Okay. Now that's Agatha down. But let's get into this. I've heard about you, Doc. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance the Dragon Trainer. You know that dragons are mythical Pokemon. They're hard to catch and raise, but their powers are superior.
They're virtually indestructible. There's no being clever with them. Well, are you ready to lose? Your league challenges with me, Doc. That's what you think, buddy. Buddy old pal. You're right, Tues. We're gonna get intimidated. But it's fine because this is quite effective, special, and dead. Ooh. I love a good first turn knockout. Level up here. Okay. This should bring in Dragonair. We don't know which Dragonair this is. Both have Outrage. One has Thunderwave, one has Dragon Rage. So, I have a feeling that this one is going to be our here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna break. That doesn't tell us what it is. That's fine. We can take a second. Someone break again. Yeah. Oh. Big crit. This should be it is confusion turn. So, I have a feeling that Lance is going to heal right here, so we're going into Saphira. Now, I know. But Ice Beam should hopefully crit. I hope it didn't matter. This brings out his other Dragonair. I'm gonna Ice Beam. Oh. Okay, T-Wave. Okay, so this is the second one. Okay, that's fine. This is gonna heal. This is gonna heal. I'm gonna Ice Beam again. No, it's not. I thought it was. That's all me. We should be okay. It does. Alright. Okay. I'm feeling this is gonna be Aerodactyl. Nope, this is Lance's own Dragonite. Okay. So, this Dragonite has Hyper Beam, Safeguard, Wing Attack, and Outrage. I'm about 99.999% sure this is about to be Outrage. I'm going into Megamind. Oh, easy. We outspeed and kill this thing. Okay. I thought maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe that's it. Anyway, that thing's dead. Now, this Aerodactyl. Hyper Beam, Ancient Power, Wing Attack, and Scary Face. Ancient Power is going to be its best move into us. We don't really have a good defensive option. But we're faster, and we don't miss. We're not faster. I don't know if we're taking this. Megamind, you're a great pal. This is gonna bring in Sparkles.
And we're gonna Thunderbolt. Alright. And that was Lance. It's time. Hey, Doc. I was looking forward to seeing you, Doc. My rival should be strong to keep me sharp. While working on my Pokedex, I looked all over for Pokemon. Not only that, I assembled teams that would beat any Pokemon type. And now, I'm the Pokemon League champion. Doc, do you know what that means? I'll tell you. I am the most powerful trainer in the world. He's gone. This one fat turkey bird. We're going Thunderbolt again. Okay. It must have just been a low roll. Because that was absolute crazy work. Right on. Right on. This thing does have Earthquake. So, we're going into Saphira. And we're going to Surf. That's 2 down. This is Alakazam. This Alakazam has Psychic, Future Sight, Recover, and Reflect. Now, I bet you with everything this thing's gonna use Reflect, we're going out to Hanji because this thing literally cannot touch Hanji. So, I'm gonna meditate twice. It's 1 Psychic. That's 2 Psychics. So we popped Quick Claw, turn 1. Okay. So this should be Psychic number 3. We miss Hypnosis. Reflect. Whatever. Oh, Quick Claw, Shadow Ball. +2 Shadow Ball. Okay. We're gonna get a full restore right here. Reflect wore off. We're gonna Hypnosis. We hit our Hypnosis. I don't think this thing has an item. If it's synchronized, we would have been put to sleep here, but we have Insomnia, so it cancels. Shadow Ball. Reflects down, +2, Shadow Ball. And Alakazam is dead. This brings out Arcanine. So, we're gonna take... Yep. Now, this thing has E-Speed, Flamethrower, Roar, and Bite. The original Pokemon we wanted to take this thing out with was Megamind. Megamind's now down. So, we're going into Saphira.
Flamethrower. And now we're gonna Earthquake. Which hopefully takes this big puppy out. If it doesn't, we're gonna Surf. Just in case we need some PP later, but we should be fine. I think that's just 2 heals. So, we're good. And we're actually good. Actually, yeah. I don't know if he can swap out. I'm gonna Earthquake it just in case. Yeah, he's gonna E-speed. And we're gonna kill. This, I would assume, brings in Executor. Because he wants to save his Blastoise. Yes. So, this Executor is Giga Drain, Egg Bomb, Sleep Powder, and Light Screen. It literally has nothing that it can do to us. We're gonna fly because we outspeed. It's going to Egg Bomb. And we're gonna hit our fly. We'll take an Egg Bomb. We're so good. I should have Ice Beam there. That's on me, that's on me, that's on me. Doesn't matter. See Executor. And that leaves one. This Blastoise has Hydro Pump, Rain Dance, Skull Bash, and Bite. This is probably going to be any move. We're going into Kuina. Kuina has run this Blastoise the entire game. Pedal Dance. And that is the champion. Why? Why did I lose? I never made any mistakes raising my Pokemon. Darn it. You're the new Pokemon League champion. Although I don't like to admit it. Doc? So you've won! Sincerely, congratulations. You're the new Pokemon League champion. You've grown up so much since you first left with Charmander to work on the Pokédex. Doc, you have come of age. Cardio, I'm disappointed in you. I came when I heard you'd beaten the Elite Four, but when I got here, you had already lost. Cardio, do you understand why you lost? You have forgotten to treat your Pokemon with love and trust. Without them, you will never become a champ again. Doc, you understand that your victory was not just your own doing. The bond you share with your Pokemon is marvelous. Doc, come with me.
The Pokemon Hall of Fame. A register of all champions and Pokemon that got them there. As we take the time to have our team recorded, and our victory. I want to take a quick second to thank everybody who has watched this video. Just you watching means so much to me, and I hope you made it to this point in the video. If you did enjoy, I kindly ask you to consider subscribing to the channel for more Pokemon content in the future, and leaving a like down below if you would like to see more edited videos like this. Now obviously, this is my first crack at it, and it's not the most polished thing in the world. But I will say, as well as this nuzlocke, it was a great learning experience, and I had a good time doing it overall. So, thank you for those that supported the past videos, because it's what led me here, to this point, to create this video. So, this is also a thank you to you. Ladies and gentlemen, our run is complete. Our Charizard Roku, our Raichu Sparkles, our Vileplume Quina, our Dragonite Saphira, Megamind our Tentacruel, and last but not least, Hanji our Hypno, are recorded for all to see. And with that, this will be all. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.